Oh, yeah, baby. Get ready for Clark the Shark today. I think it's Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm not sure. I got all sick this morning and was like just ill, you guys. I'm not going to go into the details, but it wasn't pretty. And I've slept like maybe 3 or 4 hours. Right now is 6:30 p.m. about, or I don't know, 6:30, 6:40 p.m. And I'm trying to put myself in a better mood and or mode here on the Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone because, baby, I'm talking about the creation. And you're on Little Sharky's Underground Garage today now. 1967. Now, everyone loves this band, but let's be honest, you guys. They really are truly the definition of one-hit wonder, if ever there was one. But what a one-hit it was, you guys. Wow. Incredible. You could tell that Jethro Tull loved that opening guitar riff so much that they wrote a song based all around it. You know the one, dude. Incredible. That's right, baby. Groove here today to the smooth, silky vocals into the sharkerphone of the Sharky, because the creation influenced everybody. From Pete Townsend to Jimmy Page, who I guess may have copied their guy had a guitar with a bow, like a violin, and I don't know if Jimmy did it first or who did it first. I don't really care. It's like who smashed their guitar first. It's like all the guys on YouTube battling for who has the most CDs and vinyls in the picture behind them. Who's the most legit? You'll notice about me, Clark the Shark, you don't even see my face. There's no tons and tons of vinyls at all, and yet I know more than fucking anybody about everything in this business, you guys, in this fucking shit. Now, I never owned this, you guys. I looked for it. People would be like, Sharky, you gotta find the creation. We are Paintermen. But this thing was so rare, you're not going to find it around Los Angeles in vinyl secondhand, record shops and punk rock shops. I heard rumors that other punkers found it and or, proto metalheads or whatever you want to call them, or Stooges guys and MC5 people. Everyone was in pursuit and looking for the creation. I have found this album over the years and listened to it, and it's good, you guys. It's a typical R&B, psychedelic, garage rock and roll of the era, except for that one song, Rises Above and Beyond the Call. All in all, that being said, it's pretty fucking good, and I want you to locate this album at iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, especially if you're just 18 years old right now in 2024 and you were born long after 9/11, you guys, when Mohammed Atta and those terrorists took down the World Trade Center with those 2 jetliners. You don't even remember 9/11. Your teachers haven't taught you properly. You don't get that it's going to happen again, only next time, like 9/11 on September 11, 2001, nobody saw it coming. And that's how it works, you guys, with God. I admit, God is kind of a jerk or something, but what I do is I just always say my prayers every day, you guys, because you never know when is your last day. And I'm torn and conflicted. I want to believe with all the ducks in a row, like they do. But I find it difficult, the Adam and Eve parting of the Red Sea, Old Testament, where God kills all these people, women and children thing is rough on my brain, where I'm like, dude, am I praying to a fucking jerk? What is this? It's like, that conversation you had with your dad, and he's like, no, God's nice. He loves you. He sent his only son. He killed all those people because they were bad. Sharky, just like you, you're bad. At 1-800-449-8255, yeah, am I evil? Yes, I am, you guys. I am man. And the creation were, you guys, with that one hit song. But all these other songs are good, you guys. I'm going to break down song by song right here on Little Sharky's Underground. Psychedelic garage, baby, 1967 style. And you guys know that 1966, that garage scene, and 1967, that psychedelic scene, those are my two favorite years in rock and roll, you guys. I love them. Me, Clark the Shark, right here from the Golden EIB. Sharkerphone, it's better than Hush Bimbo or Howard, whatever his name is, or Hannity or Mark Levin or the great one or the other great one, Wayne Gretzky. It might even be better than Mario Lopez, you guys. I doubt it. Him and Dr. Demento are better than me, I will admit it. They've got better skills, maybe a smoother delivery or comedy chops that me, Clark the Shark, I just don't understand. Certainly Mario Lopez is way better looking than me. Yours truly, Clark the Shark. But what can I do, you guys? I'm not, no one's perfect. I mean, come on. We all have our faults, warts and all, but the creation, this group, this psychedelic garage, it's not really psychedelic. It's more garage, R&B, blues, like the Music Machine, the Standells, the Count Five, maybe the Small Faces and the Pretty Things and the Who, and I could go on and on and on, you guys. But they're different from that. They did have their own little bluesy R&B garage shit going on, and I'm bummed out that this band didn't continue forever. They are around in some format right now. They got back in the 80s, 20 years too late, you guys, and reassembled the whole thing, but they just, how that is. It's like me and my band, GE, Clark the Shark. You just can't recapture the glory of the old days. Try as you may, try as you will. Those days are gone, you guys. Who knows? I mean, lightning could strike and anybody could write a hit song or a great song. I know I certainly could if I had the money and the studio time and the management. Fuck that. I don't need management. I could just record a song in the studio right now in 2024. And I know it would be fucking really good, but I don't know if it would be as good as the creation. Me, Clark the Shark, I'm a little too eclectic. I don't really like styles. I don't like metal. I don't like jazz. I don't like blues. I don't like country. I don't like punk. I like some of the songs, or I don't like a genre or style category. I'm fucking weird. I like a tune with a fucking accordion in it and shit. Like that Christ, whatever his name is, the fucking guy that played with Blake Douchebag. That was kind of cool. Accordion, that I was like, whoa, dude. Yeah, I like piano, acoustic guitar, and shit that isn't always all heavy and making your ears bleed. A silly song by Dirk McQuickley from the White Album or Magical Mystery Tour, or it's just some fucking weird shit I like. I like it always different all the time. I don't like genres. And I think the creation were kind of trying to be like that. In a bluesy, psychedelic, garage, underground, experimental kind of way, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I won't say these guys' songs were like night and day different from each other, like me and GE, or, like the Beatles or some shit where it's just all different every time. But this album is eclectic. It is fucked up and weird, you guys. And it is not just that one song that we all know and we all fucking love that is so amazing, that so many bands wanted to emulate. I could go down the list: Sex Pistols, Pete Townsend, Jimmy Page. It just goes on and on. Shel Talmy, now, he produced this album, I guess. And we all know what a ripoff he is. He signed The Who into a slave contract and probably did the same with the Kinks. It's probably the real reason why the Kinks are broke, even to this very day. Shel probably has all their money, for all we know. I don't know that for sure. You guys don't sue me, but I'm just guessing. And I knew the way Pete Townsend hated Shel Talmy. I don't know if Ray Davies hated the guy quite the same. I'm sure perhaps maybe he did. But Shel Talmy, for his business acumen that sucks, where he gets bands into shitty contracts where he pays them 3%, his managerial business behind the scenes rock and roll shit is really lame. But his fucking production is really great. When he gets into the studio, he knows exactly what he's looking for sound-wise with the Kinks, The Who, and yes, The Creation, you guys. And love him or hate him, he is what he is. He was what he was. I'm not always wild about the financial shenanigans and that I read about or know about. I hate that fucking shit. If I ever sign a band, I'm going to pay them good and they're going to make a lot of money like me. And, I'll say, dude, I got to write off all the tour buses and hotels and all this shit, backstage food and drinks and shit, like they do. But I would try to pay bands accurately. I won't do to them what was done to The Who and Black Sabbath and, bands that had to get lawyers and sue the management or sue the label, like Tom Petty or Don Henley and all that shit. Those guys were probably right, you guys. Love them or hate them. Assholes though they may be, they are correct. Anytime someone sues a record label, they are probably right. And for all we know, this is why The Creation didn't last very long back in the 60s, you guys. And they were gone. It could have been because of Shel Talmy. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing here, you guys. I'm not going to break down their Wikipedia so hardcore because I admit I never bought this album, but mainly I couldn't find it, you guys. This thing was like out of print. And it was just a rumor, kind of like the Kinks' Percy. You couldn't find it, you guys. You could go to every fucking record store, Go Boy Records, Zed Records, Peanut Records, places up in Hollywood, the Rhodium and Torrance. You weren't going to fucking find this album. No way. And I never did. Believe you me, I would have bought it right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I certainly would have. And then I could be like one of those big YouTube guys with all these vinyls behind me. I could show my face like I'm an expert genius. Oh, look at all the records and CDs behind me. And then you're like, dude, do you know that one song on side 2, bro? And he's like, what? No, dude, I just run a YouTube channel. I don't really know. Dude, are you in a band, bro? Like, you play guitar? Do you play drums? Do you sing? No, I'm a rock historian. I'm a musicologist. Oh, yeah, you're a real fucking genius there with your huge vinyl collection and CD collection. And I'm like, dude, which Frank Zappa fucking album do you know or do you own? And they're like, well, I don't own any Zappa, Garth. Really? They're all, but I own Dave Matthews Band. I've got everything by Blake Douchebag. Oh, okay. So you're fucking like that. Blake Douchebag and Dave Matthews and Douche Grohl and Green Day and, Blink 180 Spew. That's what you fucking know. You don't know any fucking Zappa, do you? You don't even know The Creation, but you're reviewing it. 1-800-449-8255. Well, let me fucking tell you, baby, I do know me, Clark the Shark, because I was in a band and still technically am now, you guys, because of all the views and plays and all you listening to it. It's because of all of you keeping GE, the Greenhouse Effect, alive. And do you ever hear me fucking ask for donations? Is there a GoFundMe or a PayPal under my videos? No. If I go broke, I go broke, and I stay broke because of me, not because of you. I don't want your fucking money. And don't give fucking money to these YouTube guys on here, dude, because a lot of them are 20 years old and they don't know shit. They were born in 2004 and they got a vinyl collection. And I'm not fucking knocking them or blaming them for that. They can't help when they were born. I'm just saying, don't criticize or talk shit about Clark the Shark if you were born in 2004. I mean, you got to be maybe born in 1994 if you want to do that. The year that Blake Douchebag died. Yeah, dude, he was a fucking genius too. He knew about the Pixies. Which Zappa album does Blake Douchebag know exactly? I want to know. Did that fucking guy even know anything? Did the producers really do that whole album? I think they did. It don't sound anything like the other album from '89, you guys. And I think Douche Grohl probably wrote the fucking songs. Arranged, produced, mixed, along with the two fucking guys, probably did it all. I have a hard time believing that Blake Douchebag had anything to do with it, you guys. Me, Clark the Shark, too, I ought to know. Me being me all over the internet, so watched and so known that I have a special gift to fucking sound off on virtually anyone and anything, and any punk rocker who thinks they know punk, or really anybody who thinks they know Zappa or fucking anything, the Beatles or any fucking shit. Clark the Shark, chances are, knows it better than you and yours right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone because it was given to me by Sean Vanity. That's right, you guys. Sean fucking Vanity. He's actually the one. You guys, I've been lying to you, been pulling your fucking leg. It wasn't Hush Bimbo. It wasn't Mark Levin. It wasn't Wayne Gretzky. It wasn't Don Henley. It wasn't Howard Douchebag. It was Pawn Vanity, the right-winger genius from Fox News, who has so improved over the years. You remember watching Pawn Vanity in 2004? And you're like, this guy kind of sucks. He's not as good as Michael Weiner. He's not even as good as Hush Bimbo. And now all of a sudden he's got all his fucking ducks in a row and he's like fucking amazing. Like he knows about Hunter Biden and, taking kickbacks from Ukraine and fucking everything, you guys. Like a fucking goddamn genius, Hannity. Look at him. And he's probably right. Don't ask me how these slanted judges say, the Biden's good and Trump bad, you guys. We have a two-tiered justice system, like it or not, you guys. We are living in the country now that we all feared long ago, right here on the proverbial Clark the Shark Show. But I'm not here to talk about Fox News or Creepy Joe, the fucking guy with the $6 a gallon gas and the $4,000 a month apartment rent and the massive inflation, where a gallon of milk costs a fucking $8. I'm not talking about Joe Douchebag Biden or any of that fucking shit. I'm talking about the creation right here on Little Sharky's underground garage, better than little Steven Silvio from The Sopranos. He's fucking good, you guys. He knows shit, but he played with Douche Asshole in the E Street Band and all that fucking shit. And to me, those guys are just 3 albums, the first 3. It's like the rest of the fucking shit sucks or something, so... I'm just saying, if you do an album like Glory Days, in the wake of young girls, mean, if you suck like that, dude, you fucking disqualify yourself right here on the fucking Clark the Shark show, where I'm talking about the creation. And I know little Steven loves this fucking album and this fucking band. Mainly because he's like me, Clark the Shark. He loves 1966. He's a lot older than me, but he doesn't know more than me. Don't get those two confused now. All Music, a 4 out of 5. The Encyclopedia of Pop Music, just a 3. That's weird, you guys, because it's fucking amazing. It's got a lot of like covers and shit, like those albums in 66 and 67 did. Cool Jerk, kind of sick of that. But Making Time, what a song, you guys. One of the greatest songs in the history of all rock and roll music, and weirdly very underground. Making Time, and yet very commercial at the same time. A genius blend, cornucopia pizza, mishmash, pish posh of garage in rock blues heaven, underground, baby, as it gets. And yet it could be right on the Billboard charts, like in the top 10 at the same time. You guys, Making Time is such a classic. I can't say enough about it. Did it influence me, yours truly, your humble Sharkerphone guy? It's not a microphone. It's a DJ, MC. It's a Sharky, Sharkadoodle-doo, Sharkalama-ding-dong. Did Making Time influence me and GE, the Greenhouse Effect, in our eternal quest for underground psychedelia? To live forever in eternity with heaven, with the psychedelic gods or garage gods or whatever. The blues underground garage gods. Yes, it did, you guys. Making Time. Fucking amazing. Incredible original by Kenny Pickett. It's only 253, but it's like 253 that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Come on, you guys. If fucking Geek Day and Blink-182 and Douche Fighters are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you guys, well, maybe fucking Making Time and the Creation and Pickett should fucking be in there too. Don't you think, maybes? Right here on the Clark the Shark show. Yeah, you thinks maybe. I thinks you do. Right here. Through My Eyes. Good stuff, you guys. I don't like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan shit, although their version is good. And Can I Join Your Band, Eddie Phillips. Could be my favorite song on side one, because I'm always like that. I'm like, hey, I played drums in the South Bay, Clark the Shark. You think maybe Can I Join Your Band? I play tom-toms pretty good. Tom-tom, I like that, you guys. 254, Phillips Garner. With the lead vocals from Garner, you guys. Good shit. And Try and Stop Me. I'm like, that's how I am to all of you. I'm like, just try and stop Sharky. I'm going to the top someday. I'm going to be huge because I'm staying positive. I'm Joe Shark. Try and stop me, baby. Pick it. Good shit. Side 2 gets fucking like, dude. It says side 1, but it's side 2. If I stay too long, I'm going to get pissed off, Sharky. Maybe, I might. Good shit, you guys. This side is really good. I wish I had the vinyl of this shit. Biff Bang Pow. This is good shit. You got really groundbreaking shit here on the CD, you guys. I call it side 2. I don't care. Nightmares. Kind of like a fucking The Haunted or The Count 5 or one of those creepy songs. Love it. Sick of the covers of Hey Joe, traditional arrangement. I'm over that, you guys. But Paintermen, we know, is fucking awesome, you guys. Buy this album if you can find it, just for that track alone. Get the CD, you guys. Side 1, side 2, whatever. It's a mishmash album, you guys. It says side 1 twice. Side 1, side 1. It's a CD, you guys. I know. These guys are all geniuses. Pickett should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Phillips, too. Garner, I would love to have seen them go on for 30 years on a record deal, record label. Fuck, that would have been amazing, you guys. Kim Gardner bass, Jack Jones drums. And then, they did come back later, but it wasn't the same. Like I said, it will never be the same. Little side note here, a bunch of cool fucking people in this band. A couple of guys from the Kinks, Dalton was in the band, and Mick Avery, before they became the Creation. And then later, Ronnie Wood of the Small Faces, and of course, Mick and the Stones later on. He would fiddle around with this, and they broke up, you guys, in 68, far too soon, but they would come back. I would have loved to have produced them. I think they came back in the 80s, like 1988 or something, or whenever, 86. And I was 21, 23 or 20-ish, I don't know what year exactly, you guys, but I would have fucking loved to have produced The Creation right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Great guitar tones, kick-ass drumming, melody, atmosphere, bluesy garage, underground as it gets. If you like 1966 and 1967, you will be in heaven with this fucking amazing album. You might even be disappointed and be like, Sharky, this isn't as good as a Count 5, or, this isn't as good as a Haunted. I don't care, you guys. It is fucking good. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I want you to buy it and support it everywhere. If you can find this vinyl, if you can locate the 1966 or 67, 68 era albums, or, demos, or underground shit, or cassettes, or whatever, God bless you, you guys. I don't think you will, and I think they'd be worth like $10,000 a pop. But buy the vinyl today, the redo. It's probably not analog. It's probably digital, or the CD. It's going to fucking sound just as good. Don't worry about what the douchebag in Pearl Jam fucking thinks, Eddie Douchebag. Fuck that guy. Don't listen to him about Spin a Black Fucking Circle, dude, or Analog, or Douche Grohl. Dude, fuck these fucking guys, man. They got to get on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255, right here from Little SHARKY'S underground garage. It's better than Little Steven, where I'm talking about The Creation, baby. 1967. June 67, baby. The Summer of Love. But this really isn't a Summer of Love vibe. This is like 1966. It's leaning towards psychedelia, not quite. It's cooked perfectly, you guys. It's not cold in the middle. It's baked just right. And when you get it out of the oven, you're going to be like, right, Sharky, it's fucking A good. Grade A shit. 1-800-449-8255, The Clark the Shark Show. Get this album by The Creation. We are Paintermen. And get all their songs, MP3s, cassettes, and shit. Vinyls, CDs, anything you can find. There's not that much, you guys. And there was this other album recorded in like the 80s, like 1987 or something. Get that too. It's interesting. I've heard it. Interesting shit. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And of course you tell them the Shark-a-doodle-doo, the Shark-a-lemma-ding-dong is the one and only. Who told you? Because I just gave you the only review of this melodic psychedelic masterpiece, this bluesy garage experimental, not really psychedelic, just fucking good rock and roll album. I gave you the only review that you will ever want and or need right here on the Shark-a-doodle-doo show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.